All right, ladies and gentlemen. We got another dungeon video for you. Welcome back to Dialar's Tactics. Mic is on. Okay. So in this video, we're going to be going over the Ice Dragon, the origin of Apolleia. I'm just going to say Apolleia. Is this spelled Apolleia? Okay, all right. So let's dive in. I'm going to give you, as I do in my videos, I like to give you a free-to-play team that you can down the majority of this boss with, and then at the very, very end, I'm going to give you a more pay-to-win team that I use. Although, I should probably say right off the bat, this is not going to be the dungeon that you're probably going to farm. As it stands right now, you are not really going to run or prioritize these defense sets, life sets, or drain sets. You just are not. I understand that there is some niche uses for each, but say like a hero like Cormac that gets bonuses off of defense, you don't want to build them in defense gear. You want them to build them as an attacker. Life gear, yeah, you need, but you'll get life gear as you're playing this game. Drain gear, yeah, there's, you could build a Rosie set with drain gear, but you're not going to do that either. You're going to build her if you're going for damage, you're going to build her straight out like an attacker, just like Cormac. So this dungeon, while not necessary, I'm going to make a guide anyway because you do get like achievements and stuff for completing all the other stages, and you should strive just to get it done, get stage 10 done, and then move on. So who does the game recommend you bring in? Well, this is who the majority of players are bringing in. Okay? So, of course, Bedivere, Ice, because I've said it in other videos, Bedivere is the killer of worlds. He is World Breaker Hulk. He just smashes stuff. Guinevere, this is one of the dungeons where she's required. We'll get into the mechanics of that and explain why. Wind Morgan would make this a lot easier given that it is an ice dungeon, and ice is weak to wind. I know it's storm, but I call it wind. Frost Gillian is AoE heals, enough said about that. Ain, you can do, I know there's a lot of Ain fanboys and fangirls out there. And then the other ones, Jillian, Morgan, the other relics. Okay. So that's who majority of people are using. I'm going to give you a team that has none of those, like 0 of those on there for free to play. Because those were all, other than, Fire Morgan, those were all pay to win heroes. So if we get in, the game wants you to bring in people that can, I think it's put up shields, right? So this dragon casts abnormal status on your heroes, and then she's going to deal additional damage or increasing status duration. So this fight's really about buff mitigate or debuff mitigation. However, when Apolleia attacks heroes with protective effects like shields, the target hero gains invincibility. Use this, blah, 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 to your advantage. Abnormal status immunity is the key to victory, and it is, because once this dragon starts laying on those debuffs really hard, you dead. So that's why they have, you see here, the only legendary and the only rare, Guinevere and Bodwin, and I'm going to show you teams with both of them. So that's the shield stuff, although Bodwin doesn't really give shields to your whole team. And then people that can remove abnormal status. Obviously, Gillian is kind of the queen of this. And really, I don't know why I'm not using her. I think I'm not using her because I don't have her ice or wind. She just dies really easy when I bring my fire one in. Ain, Ain can remove some abnormal status, but I'm not going to say a whole lot. And then Bodwin, he also removes abnormal status. We'll get into that in his kit. And then this whole immunity thing. Guinevere, right? Guinevere and Ain. So let's actually want to go back out of here, and I want to show you 2 heroes. I want to discuss 2 heroes kits in general, so that you kind of understand why they're working. So this is for free to play. So if we go all the way to Bodwin, you can see my Bodwin isn't even 6 stars. Got low awakenings. One thing with him though is you kind of want his passives maxed. So if you see this one. This is the one that's going to be removing the abnormal status effects on your heroes, but it's totally RNG. You see, and it's on a cooldown. There's a 50% chance to trigger when he's inflicted with an abnormal status effect to remove one from all allies. But then he's also going to give them defense increase 3, which is on his chivalry. So you do need some chivalry levels in him. But if he does trigger or cleanse some abnormal status effects, it's on a 2-turn cooldown after it's max. Otherwise, it's a 3. And you really do, because it's going to be sub 50% to cleanse if you don't have this maxed. And then this one, I do believe, was at the start of battle, which this one's kind of useless. Really, you don't have to have this one maxed. At the start of battle. Okay, let's let that little kind of linger there. At the start of battle, and I think this means like each wave is considered a battle, grants abnormal status immunity to, and you see here though, it's to a random ally for 1 turn. But at the start of battle, he's going to grant a shield to 2 random allies for 3 turns. So Bodwin is the poor man's Guinevere, right? He gives shields, but it's random. He cleanses abnormal status immunity, but it's random. So he's a very random hero. His one skill, and you are going to want the wind relic. He comes in frost, even though I don't think it matters. It's just going to make him take less damage. But one thing that he does, and this is on all of his relics, is this share damage is really nice. It's only 1 turn. I wish I had it more. More would help. But this share damage, it spreads out the damage equally across your whole team, which is especially good in the first phase, because those little dragons, they hurt. They'll just focus on a character and they'll just nuke them down. So that's kind of nice. So RNG character for handling abnormal status immunities, right? The other one I like, unless I'm remembering her kit wrong, is I thought that Turin, who I'm bringing in here, cleansed debuffs. So let's go through her passes first. So this just changes whether to knight, and grants recovery increase to 3 blah, 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 at the start of battle. So this one, when attacking while the weather is night, but that's when attacking, grant abnormal status immunity for 1 turn when healing an ally. So but that requires her to be attacking, which she's not going to be doing. You're going to be using her to heal. So she does do some abnormal status immunity stuff, but again, it's kind of a moot point, because if she's attacking, then she's not doing her job. So there's the here. I guess that was the Bodwin reasoning. And Guinevere, she gives shields up every S2, so she's just a better Bodwin in any case. So let's get in here. Let's show you the team. The team can do 8. So the reason why 8 is important is, well, really 9, if you're going to farm this for gear, which you shouldn't, 9 is the one that's going to be giving you the 6-star gear. But if you don't have Guinevere and you want to farm this dungeon, this team can do it for you. So Bodwin, he's in here for shields and for that random abnormal status immunity cleanse. He also has a lead in here. So he grants all allies 20% HP in this battle. You do want all wind allies, because this boss is ice. K, you're all going to have a really, really well-developed K, so free to play. So bring her in here to do all your DPS. And then you're going to want Turin for the mega heals. And then Sarah to do stuff that Sarah does, which is block buffs and little heal. I don't even know if you need Sarah in this fight, but I was doing it with her in this fight, so we're just going to bring her in here. So let's start this. The first phase is annoying because these dragons, I don't know if this is the one where the dragons have the immunity phase, but let's show you what we're doing here. Turin, you want to do her heals, and then you want her to be in a case where if there's not enough vigor, she's going to be doing her attack, because this is an attack, and this is what's going to give an ally abnormal status immunity for 1 turn. I think this can be booked up further to give it for more turns, but I don't have any skill ups into her, and I really should. Sarah, you want to be spamming her S1 as much as possible, although she might have more in her kit. I should have really looked more. Kay, you kind of want to be spamming her S2, especially when you get into the second phase, because that's just going to be her big damage ability. And given that she's an attacker, she's not going to have a vigor set, and we have 2 heroes on this team that are going to be spamming S3s, so she is going to be vigor starved, so you really want to do her S2. Sarah, and I guess I'm remiss, Turin is in a vigor and life set, Sarah is in a vigor and accuracy set, Kay is in damage and 2 crit rates, and then Bodwin is in vigor and life. So, and you want to do his share damage at all times too. So S1, 2-1, 1, S3, S1. And let's go. Enough talking. 10 minutes in, we haven't even done the fight yet. So you're going to see he's going to go. So now we got that share damage so that, you know, he's just not going to get nuked. So we're kind of relying on K. Let's just focus target this one. We're kind of relying on K like that to just be nuking down these dragons. And there is something else in Turin's kit where when allies receive debuffs, they can be cleansed. So that's also why I like Turin here, because you see there's lots of debuffs going out in this fight. Again, this fight is about debuff control. So maybe we'll go back after this is over and we'll look in Turin's kit, but she does have some she does have some cleanse in her kit to be getting rid of all of these debuffs that the enemies are going to be putting on us. And abnormal status, I do believe they're considered debuffs. So one more K round till we got this done. So with Sarah in here, high life pool. With Turin in here, high life pool. With Bodwin in here, doing his S3, which is the sheer damage. You know, that phase, we were nowhere close to dying. So here's the boss. So he's going to try to put a whole bunch of bad stuff on us. And you see that my heroes did have shields. So the wave 2 is considered at the start of battle. So Bodwin is going to give up shields he gave them to Kay and to Sarah. So you see, my team is relatively debuff free. We can go look because those are only the debuffs you can see. But you can see no debuffs on my team. Mostly because of Turin, a little bit because of Bodwin, because he can cleanse some on a cooldown. Right? And this is stage 8. So now we're just relying on K to deep down the boss's damage. Because he does have some really big single target nukes that you'll see when we run the free-to-play team. So there you go. You know, he's you know, and I've seen some strats that say you take out the legs. I don't think you have to take out the legs. I think you just go straight for the boss. Faster we kill the boss, faster we're done the fight. So it seems like everything's going really well. And you see there, he did the big slam on Turin. But since the shared damage ability was up from Bodwin, it went to everybody. Unless that's an AoE attack, and then what I said is just pointless. So as soon as we get down to this last phase of the fight, then stuff starts to get real hairy. So you see Bodwin is now stunned. But again, you see, like, we got some silences up now, but we really have been debuff free this entire fight. So here we go. We got him pinned. And now he's going to be doing the big shabam. So really, Turin's got to get that S3 off here. Because that S3 is a big heal. So there we go. Now we're somewhat fully healthy again. And Kay can do her thing. So right there, big hit. So, boom. He just that was his one where he did his insanity on everybody. It went on briefly. Then you saw it get cleansed. And none of my heroes have insanity on me. If they did, things would go bad. If Bedivere was out there and he had insanity on him, he could nuke one of my heroes. But it just got completely cleansed off. So now, I don't know what he's doing to those debuffs, but he's just dead. Relatively straight fight. Relatively straight fight. This is stage 8 with this free-to-play team, and it went pretty smooth. So I want to go look at Turin again real quick while we're here, because I want you guys to have all the information. I'm sure I saw it in her kit that she's got a bunch of cleansing in her kit, and it's probably in her chivalries, if we're being honest. So let's go look at her high one first. So this was the healing elixir one on her passive. So this is the one that it's when an... Oh, I thought it was when attacking. Oh, this is why. So when healing any ally, you have a 50-50 chance to grant abnormal status immunity for 1 turn. Since she is an AoE healer and you're going to be spamming her S3, you're going to have a 50-50 chance each time to grant your team abnormal status immunity. Oh, I don't know why I thought that was when attacking. Because it says right here, I know why. When attacking. This is all I read, and then I skipped over it. When attacking, when the weather is nice. Right? But I don't know why it didn't change it when she got her C8. When attacking while weather is nice, gain healing elixir. That's wrong. That's totally wrong. I read it, but it's totally wrong. Changes, research results changes her passive to be when healing, grant abnormal status immunity. So Turin MVP. That's why you want Turin in that fight. You know, then so when she healed, and that includes her healing over times, it just ripped that insanity right off your team. All right, now let's go show you my team. Let's go show you the team. Now, probably going to lose, but it can win. It can win. This team is not consistent. I think that if you had Morgan, fire. Well, let's see here. What was my team? Oh yeah, you need Guinevere. Okay. You need Guinevere because you need those shields to give the invincibility status. And to give us, she's got that anti-abnormal status immunity. And we are out of stamina, so I gotta go get some stamina real quick. Don't bear with me. I was ill-prepared. Let's just give stamina real quick. It's back in there. All right, okay. Yeah, I reminded myself to do that before the battle, and then I forgot. So we'll try stage 10. Get away. So you want Guinevere lead, because her lead in this fight is going to give damage taken down 10%, so 10% less damage. Morgan, you want her in ice, otherwise she's just going to get nuked because fire sucks in this fight. And then you want Bedivere as your deeps. So that's the team, but again, let me make sure I'm not in her arena set. That would be bad. This team can beat 10 for me, but it is inconsistent. I think that if I had Morgan in wind, it'd be much better. It might be much better. I don't know if she can't sleep the boss. But one of the big things you're going to see in this fight is it's RNG. It's so maddening because you're going to see that they're just going to nuke Morgan down. I'm hoping it doesn't happen for this video. But that's usually what happens, is they just nuke her dead. And I already know. Oh, okay, good. They're not going to do it. Normally, they focus target Morgan, they kill her, and then I got to reset and do the reruns and blah, 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 blah. So let's just target one of these dragons so Bedivere can kill a full one. There we go. Now we don't got to worry about it. So that's one thing to worry about. And again, we'll show you this. Okay, so again, Turin, you want her in her S3 because as we just proved, when she heals, and that she also heals on her attack, she's going to give abnormal status immunity for 1 turn. Bedivere, obviously 2-1. 2 is his big mollywop. Morgan, you want to do 2-1 as well. And then Guinevere, you want to always be prioritizing S2 because her S2 gives your shields to your whole team, not 50% of your team like Bodwin. She gives shields to the whole team, which is going to give us invincibility status when we're going up against the main boss. So this first phase, if you don't have a really high developed Morgan, these dragons, they can just nuke you. They'll just nuke you down and kill you. And then you got to restart. Okay, so let's see if this works. Because a lot of times, he just kills me dead. So here you go. That wasn't good. We got debuffs. Now we have the shield. Ideally, you would want your Guinevere fast enough to get those shields out before the dragon attacks. But like I said at the beginning of this video, I don't care enough about this dungeon to speed tune my heroes. Like, my Morgan's dead now. See? Dead. She's dead. But we got him down to half health. But is it going to be enough to carry me through to the end? I honestly don't know. So heal. So now they got that abnormal status immunity for 1 turn. But now they lost it because they just took a turn. So now they are susceptible again. And now they're not. Now they're not. Which is good. So now... silence, yes, but I don't think he can, like, give us, like, insanity and all that kind of stuff. So, unfortunately... oh, here comes the Mollywop, and we're dead. See? We're dead. So, this fight didn't go my way. But sometimes it does. And I don't want to buy Morgan's Wind Relic. So, let's... how about we'll go do 9. We'll show you how 9 looks. Because 9's consistent. I think. Alright, so which one is it? There we go. Bedivere nukes a dragon, nukes another dragon. And he's off the races. It's funny how much that Bodwin's share damage actually helps. Because you saw when we ran it this time, without it, they just nuked Morgan to the ground. Whereas that damage was like split between 4 people last time. Now, would I want to remove Morgan and put in Bodwin? I tried that. It doesn't work as well. So let's target the boss. So here we go. Big boom. Big boom. So now we got our shield up. So now, you know, you wanted to get that shield up prior to the boss actually hitting you. But at least now we still have a little bit of shield up. So we still have some immunity to his bad stuff. Or it makes us invincible, I do believe. So again, like this, it's going completely different from 9 to 10. Like there, he just whacked Morgan once, and she barely felt it, whereas it almost destroyed her whole health bar in 10. So there we go. So now we got Insanity on the field. So let's go look. So, obviously, if we had... you know, Turin's obviously going to give her, after she heals, is going to give her immunity, but she obviously did not have immunity up prior to this. I think Turin, if you skill up her S3 more, or skill up her passive more, you might be able to extend the duration of that immunity. I don't know that for certain, but I think you can. We're going to go look. So there, you see that? Like, that was night and day difference between 9 and 10. And sometimes 10 goes that easily. It's just... there are some tweaks you can do. Again, if you had Turin going faster, because my Turin's really slow. If you had Turin going faster, she'd put up more heals, and then you would get more damage immunity, or abnormal status immunity, right? Like, so my Turin is dirt slow. I have her built for healing, not for speed. So if she was faster, that would make it easier. And then if my Guinevere was faster, that would also make it easier. She is dirt slow. Like, I don't think she doesn't, obviously she doesn't have the orb unlocked, and she's not running an attack speed range. She's dirt slow. Faster she goes, she's going to do her S2 more, she's going to put up more shields, and then you're going to be immune more. So I'm making this fight harder than it has to be, but at least I'm explaining to you guys how to do it. So I want to go look at Turin one more time. Again, we're looking at a rare. The rare you get on day 1, 3 times. 3 times. 3 times. So we've already proven that her passive is not correctly... well, it might be correct here, but if you get her up to C8, then this is going to be much better. So you see here... actually, I just noticed this is on a really big cooldown. So this is not as effective as I thought. You can get it down to a 4-turn cooldown. So when she heals, and here's the turn, here's the number of turns. So it'd be ideal if you could get this maxed. It would just make it better. But I thought it was on every turn. It is not. It is not. It is on a 4-turn cooldown when you get this maxed. But you can extend the duration of this for another turn. But see, this is where it gets interesting. This says it's on a 1-turn cooldown. Make this make sense to me. So this is actually the C8 right here, when healing. When attacking while weather is night, gain... okay. I get it now. So when so Turin's gonna gain healing elixir for up to 2 turns if it's maxed, but that's only gonna happen every 4 turns for her. So then she's gonna get 2 turns, because extends healing duration. She's gonna have that buff for 2 turns, where she can apply 2 damage immunity states. We know she's going to have 2 turns to do that. And then this can't be increased anymore. So that's how that works. Took me 3 times to get there. Figured it out. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, that basically sums up the origin of Apolleia. I could not show you that 10 team because I'm not going to submit you guys to watching like 3 runs to ensure a win. But you saw the 9. It goes like that when it goes right. If your turn, skill, or passive 2 was higher developed, it'd go easier. If turn was faster, it'd go easier. If Guinevere was faster, it would go easier. But if you don't have Guinevere, then you're probably going to be stuck running that Bodwin team, and he's only so good up to such a level, so you're probably going to cap out round 8. All right? All right? All right? All right? All right. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end it right there. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was informative. Remember, you don't have to run this. This equipment set is not really used much. But if you want to clear stage 10, here's a guide for you. All right? So the safe word, the code word of the day for this video, we're going to keep it in tune with the last dragon video. We're going to say Ice Dragon. Ice Dragon. Put that down in the comment section below. I will know you made it to the end of this video. I will thank you profusely. I will give you a heart on your comment. Also, my supporter link for the Netmarble Content Creator Program is in the description. I would appreciate it if you like my stuff, that you become a supporter of me. You don't have to do anything but be a supporter. I'll give you the same free stuff that every other content creator is going to give you. The link to my Master King Arthur Legends Rise spreadsheet is also in the description. That is probably going to be, if I had to say it, I think I got the best spreadsheet out of everybody. Prove me wrong. It's also linked in the description. Enjoy. I did that for you guys for free. So, till next time, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't hold that cough in for another 30 seconds. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, peace. Bye-bye.